Okay, this is question 2 of the grade 10 function assignment, and the first thing you're supposed to do is sketch this f of x equals minus 3 over x plus 3 and g of x equals minus x plus 1 on the same graph. Well, you're supposed to recognize that when you put x in the denominator like this, it's a hyperbola, and that this g of x is a line. Well, let's start with the line, the easiest thing you could do. Well, if you let x equal 0, y is 1. If you let x equal y equals 0, you get minus x plus 1 equals 0. You've got to solve it. You just add x. You get x is equal to 1. So 1 and 1, there's the straight line going through. I know it's negative, so it's going downhill. But now let's take a look at the hyperbola. Well, the hyperbola, you know the shape is the branches are in the second quadrant here and the fourth quadrant. And the easiest thing to do is go to y equals 3, and that's your horizontal asymptote. That helps you draw the hyperbola. So you know it's going through like that, and you know it's going through like that. But before you draw it, you might want to try and find the x-intercept. Now, if you let y equals 0 here, then you're trying to solve it equals minus 3 over x plus 3. Well, you know, if this was a 1, 3 divided by 1 is 3, and minus 3 plus 3 is 0. So I can see that x is 1. But you can multiply everything by x. You'll get 3x, you'll get minus 3, and this is 0, right? You're letting y equals 0 to find the x-intercept. Well, then you'd add the minus 3, you'd get 3x equals minus 3, divide by 3, you'll get x equals 1. Now the first question is, use your graph. Oh, so you know that your hyperbola's got to go through 1, the same one that the line is. Well, the first question's pretty easy. It says, where does f of x equal g of x? That means, where do they cross? Well, I can see they cross at 0 and 1. I can see they cross at 0 and 1. Now, the second question says, use any method you can to find out where they cross here. Well, you know, all you have to do is put in some other values, like put in a negative 2 here. Negative 2 plus 1, well, that would equal, negative 2 goes with, if you put in negative 1 here, put in negative 1. I want to see what's happening with these points on this side. If you put in negative 1, you'll get 2. Well, put in negative 2. Negative 2, the negative of negative 2 plus 1 is 3. So minus 2 and 3 works in here. And though that hits the asymptote here. Well, what if we put in minus 3? Let's just see what happens. Minus of minus 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Well, I think minus 3 and 4 might work in this point. Let's put minus 3 in here. Minus 3 over minus 3, that equals positive 1. Plus 3 is 4. Hey, I can see that minus 3 and 4 work here and work here. So just by playing with the numbers and trial and error, I was able to see this. But there's another way of finding out where they equal each other, and that's solving an equation. What you do is you take f, which is minus 3 over x plus 3, and you let it equal minus x plus 1. Let the two functions equal each other. Okay, we could take away 1 from 3, we'd get 2. We could add x to both sides. Now if we multiplied, and that would give us x minus 3 over x plus 2. Now multiply everything by x, both sides of the equation by x. X times x is x squared. Minus 3 over x times x, the x's cancel, and we just have minus 3. And 2 times x would be 2x. Oh, this is one of these quadratics we can factor. X plus 3 times x minus 1. 3 times minus 1 gives me the minus 3, plus 3x minus 1x. There's your 2x. Oh, there's two places where they cross. One is x equals 1 and 0 here. But the other place must be x equals minus 3. And that's your answer. If x is minus 3 is the place where they cross. And just put minus 3 in here. Minus 3 plus 1. That's how we get the other answer, 4. The last question says, what is the range of the function f, this hyperbola? And range means What are all the things that y can be? What are all the things range is y? Well, y can be anything from just a little bit bigger than 3 all the way to infinity, and just a little bit smaller than 3 all the way to infinity. So the range is all the real numbers there are, but y can't equal 3. That's what this asymptote. It can never get to this line y equals 3. That's called the range. Okay, hope that helped.